One. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. We're off to a good start. Hello. What day is it? It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing well. Again, my name is Sheldon Barlett Rumor. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. Good morning, everyone. We do our best to come live to you Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We broadcast live from the Innovative Catering Concepts here in Southern New Jersey. Hello, how are you? We hope all of you are doing well. We hope you are hanging in there. I want to introduce you to This Is It Network. I have some new followers here on TikTok. I have some new followers here on Instagram. We broadcast live on as many platforms as possible. So hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. This Is It Network is a global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. I share joy. That's what I do. I utilize my voice in order to share joy and positive perspective, and I want to do that as often as possible with as many of you as I possibly can. So we are doing our best to come live across all platforms. You may be watching me on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn, and you may be watching me on Instagram and our friends at TikTok. So we want to make sure that all of you are getting as much motivation and inspiration as possible as we broadcast live. Again, we have a number of different new followers that are coming to us from TikTok and Instagram, and of course YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I'm so excited that we have the opportunity to be able to share a little inspiration and motivation with you. This Is It Network, again, is a global digital streaming platform. So you can download us everywhere on iOS, on Android. You can find us on Apple TV, Fire TV, Amazon, and Roku. You can download us everywhere. So if you are looking for inspiration and motivation, if you are looking to be able to elevate the voices of remarkable women, well, you found the right place. Let us know in the comments below where you're coming in from. What market are you coming in from? We are all over with no geographic limitations. We have the ability to have content contributors from all over the world, which is wonderful. We have content contributors from Scotland and Toronto and Nigeria. We are based in Southern New Jersey, and so we equally have content creators here in the States. Hello, everyone. Good morning. From Boston and Phoenix and Seattle and Detroit. So regardless of wherever it is you are coming in or calling in from, we'd love for you to say hello. Say hello within the comments below. For more information on This Is It Network, if you're like, what does this crazy woman talk about? Who is this crazy woman? You can log on to thisisItTV.com to learn more, or you can follow us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. So again, you can download us on everything, your iOS, your Android. You can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV, and more. So all of you have the opportunity to connect with us. So thank you so much for joining. Again, my name is Sheldon Barlett Rumor. We're doing our best to broadcast live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. That's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. So thank you so much for those of you that are tuning on in. I have some new friends on TikTok. We just surpassed 110,000 followers, which is just so super fun. I think we're even 116. I don't even know. So we're surpassing. We're connecting with all of you. Again, my goal is to provide a positive perspective while encouraging all of you to use your voice to do good. Right? Use your voice to do good. And I think that there are plenty of places that can give you, what's going on in a negative perspective. There's plenty of places that can tell you what you shouldn't be doing. Here, we tell you what you should be doing. We tell you the best ways in order to connect with remarkable people all over the world. And we want you to help us do the same. So if, my darling friends, if you know individuals who have a story to tell, or if you have individuals in your world that want to be able to take their brand or business to the next level, they want to be able to connect with people all over the globe, well, you found the right place. We want to make sure that you are connected with us. We want to make sure that we stay connected in that way. So please let us know in the comments below where you're coming in from. We at This Is It Network love to connect remarkable women to inspiring stories. And we do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. We broadcast live from Southern New Jersey, Blackwood, New Jersey, thanks to our friends at Innovative Catering Concepts. We are live from the Forum Forum Event Center. Forum Event Center and Innovative Catering Concepts also has an amazing brand called Philadelphia Eats. It's a series of food trucks that go throughout the country to be able to provide you with a hospitality experience on wheels. So there's no, again, limitations to the partners that we have or the content that we provide for all of you. So thank you so much for joining us. Hello, everyone. Let me know in the comments below where you are calling in from. Would love for you to be able to share with me what market you're coming in from. Last week, we had folks from the UK and Kentucky and Detroit and Michigan and Florida. We love to be able to connect with as many of you as possible. So as you join me here on This Is It Network, as you join me here at This Is It TV, let me know in the comments below where you're coming in from. So we are doing a lot. We are trying our best to get this into a rhythm. Delaware, hello, my darling. Good to see you. Oh, good to see you, my friend. It's all good to see you. Oh, I love this. I missed it a little bit too much. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello from Texas. Are we safe, my darling? San Antonio. I know you're going through it. You're all going through it. I need everybody to stay safe. I need everybody to stay safe. That's it. And again, I'm of a community mindset. I'm of a community mindset in the way that I want to return to the village mentality. I do. I want us to begin and to continue to take care of our neighbors. I want us to be in a position where we see each other as a united force as opposed to separate entities. And so I know that that is a big lift, especially in the times where it feels like everything is tumultuous and things aren't necessarily moving in the right direction. But I have faith and I have hope and I have confidence and a positive perspective that we can all get there. So thank you so much. For those of you in Texas, please stay safe. Let us know in the comments below. Please reach out to us if there's anything that we can do to help your communities. We've been active in reaching out and active in supporting various community efforts. So please let us know if there's something that we can do personally for all of you as we are working to make sure in times of turmoil that we are a resource. Again, for those of you that are logging in, I don't know what that was, Taquan. The wave. Taquan Allen is hanging out with me as he tends to Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11. I don't know what this wave was. I don't know if can you see me? Wave back and give me a wave emoji if you can. I don't know what I was doing. Hi, everyone. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor. I'm going to reintroduce myself. This Is It Network is a global digital streaming platform. Think of it as if was Netflix for remarkable women. We focus on educational entertainment. So let's think if Netflix and that platform they call Masterclass, the platform that teaches, celebrities are teaching you how to do various things. If Netflix and Masterclass had a female daughter, that's what This Is It Network is. It's a combination of educational entertainment. It highlights people that are actively working in the world, actively in a space. They're doing amazing things, but they just need a platform. I'm a strong believer that the majority of experts do not have a TikTok. The majority of experts do not have Instagram. The majority of experts are not hanging out all day on Facebook, though we do visit. And what we want to do is we want to treasure hunt and we want to find those remarkable people and we want to give them a platform. A lot of people that are so talented got 2 people paying attention. Well, if I can find those people and give them a platform, that's what we're looking to do here. So as we gear up and as we go from this one-woman show to a more robust morning show, we want to take you along with us. And so we were actively looking for guests to join us on what is Cheldon Live. So this is Cheldon Live, part of This Is It Network. We're looking for experts. We're looking for individuals who have something to say, who have something to educate our community, who are accredited, who are experts in what it is that they want to provide. And oftentimes those experts, oftentimes the people who know the most don't necessarily have the biggest audience. And I know you know that to be true. So what This Is It Network wants to do, needs to do, obligated to do, is to provide those experts with a platform. Right? So they can continue doing what they do. Because the truth of the matter is that they have no interest in being a TikToker. They got no interest in starting a YouTube channel, but their information should be accessible to all of you. It's an interesting thing for us to look at this new age of media, the way in which things have changed a bit, right? The way in which we can look and consume content. Currently, we are in a position where we are taking what we can get, right? For those of you on TikTok, Instagram, we're taking whatever our feed provides us, and we're doing the best with the information which we receive. We're trying to figure out which makes the most sense, who's an expert, who's not an expert, all of those things. But what I'm going to do for you is we are going to do our best to do that for you. We're going to do our best to shift through all of the nonsense and find the best people that can provide you with the best information, or at least an option. We're not going to overpromise and underdeliver. We're not going to guarantee you that you're going to love all of the content. We're not going to guarantee you that you're going to love everything that we got going on. But what we are going to guarantee you is that the people who share content with you are accredited in their space, that they know what they're talking about, that they've dedicated their life to that particular category. We are going to embrace what we do not know. And I think that also that, and I talked about it last time we were on, I think that that tends to be an issue, right? We want to know everything. We want to claim that we are experts in things we know nothing about. I want you to put that down. You no longer have to pretend that you know everything. You no longer have to pretend that you know more than you do, because there are people out there that are skilled specifically in that industry, specifically in that trade. I equate it to all my dear friend that does so much construction in our house. We're all about projects at the Rumor House. We're all about projects. And I know that he has 25 years of experience. So all the Googling I can do in the world will not help him build the foundation of my house. He understands how to do it. And so many of us are really trying to cheat the system. So many of us are trying to Google our way out of things as opposed to picking up the phone and calling an expert to figure it out for us. I want us to get comfortable doing that, comfortable not knowing everything, leave something for someone else. The way that I kind of look at it is that it's a favor. It's selfish to pretend to be good at everything. I got to leave something for somebody else. I can't be good at everything. It simply isn't fair. Let me just give you an example. I hate spreadsheets. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Do not make me add on purpose unless it's in my bank account, period, right? So don't give me an Excel sheet. Don't give me any, I don't want it, right? I don't want it. And how dare I take that from somebody who loves spreadsheets? How dare I be good at one more damn thing? You can have spreadsheets. Those that love spreadsheets, those that love to put things into a column and have them add up on purpose, you're welcome. It's all for you. I don't have to do that anymore. I can't be good at everything. I got to leave something for someone else. So when you get into that mode of constantly being like, I got it, I got it, I got it. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I'm good at everything. I need you to be a giver. I need you to give it to someone else. I need you to leave it alone. I need you to ride in your lane. I need you to be good at what you are good at. And that, I think, is where it is. And I think that when I talk to people about that, especially ambitious people, we feel obliged or obligated to want to do everything and want to do everything well. One, it's exhausting. Two, it's impossible. And three, it doesn't leave you room for expertise. And what I mean by that, as I search for experts, I'm looking for people who are so niche in what it is that they do, that are experts in what it is that they do, that that is their concentration, right? Because I don't want the person that specializes in feet working on my heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you can be a physician, but what is your expertise? What is that space? What is that space that you are so super good at that allows for you to be famous within your own right, in your own room with your own folks? What are those types of things? And when we meet those people, those are the stories we want to tell. Those are the places that we want to be. We allow them to be experts in that space. And we give ourselves room to tap into their expertise when we need them. I am celebrating education. I am encouraging those to do so. And that's not just secondary education. That's not just getting a master's or a PhD. I'm talking about the esthetician that has been working for 20 years. Girl, fix my face. I'm talking about the mechanic who has built every single type of engine and is fluent in it, where I don't have to Google and tinker with my transmission. I'm looking for that expert. that expert within labor, that expert within science, that expert within math, that expert within beauty and fashion, life and arts and culture. I'm looking for those experts because we are missing those experts. We're missing them. We're getting inundated with so many different things. But I want us to have a trusted space for us to go to say, who knows the most in this particular scenario? If you are proficient in gardening, please, let's go. Teach me about tulips. That's the space we want to be in. There's this air of curiosity that I think that we're missing. And I've talked about it before. I think that we were genuinely curious at a certain point. We were so nosy and we wanted to learn more. And I grew up, and let me know in the comments below if you grew up like this too. I grew up on traditional talk shows, and I've mentioned this before. And the traditional talk shows were Oprah Winfrey, of course, but it was Donahue. It was Sally Jessy Raphael. If you know, you know. Let me know in the comments below. It was Ricki Lake. I know Ricki's on TikTok. Tell her I said hello. It was Ricki Lake. It was Montel. Again, if you know, you know. You went to the television every single day looking to learn a little bit more, right? You went Jenny Jones. It was Jenny Jones. You went to the television curious. You literally said, oh, what do they have on today? Because you were prepared to consume something new. You were prepared to consume something fun, something to know more today than you did yesterday. You were prepared to do it. And because that, you came prepared to learn. Hello, love. How are you? Thank you so much. You came prepared to learn. You bellied up, you sat down, you vacuumed through whatever the talk shows were. And these traditional talk shows were the beginning of what was educational entertainment, right? Think of it as the Sesame Street for adults. You learned everything from human trafficking to eating disorders, and then you saw Tom Cruise and Tina Turner on any given day. And our minds were open. There was a level of expectation that you would learn something new every single day. And when you learn something new every single day and your muscle memory, right, gets used to learning something new, what happens when that gets shut off? Because that's where we are. Traditional talk shows are shut off. And I'm not saying that there isn't talk shows because I'm obsessed. Give me a Kelly, give me a Sherry, give me a Jennifer, give me a Tamron, give me a Drew. Love them. But oftentimes you have to be a celebrity to be on those shows. Oftentimes you have to already have made it. Remember those traditional talk shows where we didn't know about these people until they were on Oprah? We didn't know about these people until they were on Ricki Lake. We didn't know about them until they sat in front of us in a controlled environment. They used to get on those shows and then go viral. Now you have to go viral before you have a platform. Does that make sense? And what we want to do is we want to be the treasure hunters. We want to find the individuals who are successful in their own right but aren't household names, that can tell us the real gritty about starting their own business and what that looks like and the hardship that goes along with it. And maybe I don't care about their divorce. And maybe I don't care about their drama. Maybe I just care about the lessons that they've learned. Maybe I'm not trying to exploit what went wrong. Maybe I'm just trying to elevate what went right. And that's what This Is It Network is. I think we are dehydrated from positive content. I feel like not that everything in this world is positive, but if you're going to tell me something's wrong, I need you to tell me how to fix it. I'm going to need you to tell me who is trying to fix it. I need you to point me in the right direction as opposed to just commiserating with me. And so what I want to do is move forward. What I want to do is be productive. If you follow me on TikTok or if you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on Facebook, you get to see a little bit of a perspective in the way in which I approach things, the way in which I share stories. I could talk about what people didn't do right, or I could share my perspective on what I suggest we could do together. I know that this is a difficult time that we are all living in. I am not here to sugarcoat it, but I am here to be able to tell us how to digest it. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be able to, listen, hard times, we're not short of them. Hard times are real, right? Hard times are a real thing. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. Hard times are a real thing. But what can we do to be able to support it? What can we do to be able to support each other? My goal is not to fight with people. My goal is not, I was invited to a debate. I said, no, I'm not debating. Listen, first of all, I'm not debating the fundamentals of humanity. Ain't happening, right? We're going to either have a conversation We're going to collaborate. We're going to be within community. I'm not interested in winning a debate with you. What are we fighting over? Whether the sky is blue? We're not doing that. We know that there are issues. We are mature enough, at least I hope the majority of us are mature enough to realize that we have issues. I'm asking and looking for experts to provide gateways to solutions. And within those experts, I'm not looking for them to be absolute. I'm not looking for them to have all of the answers and for them to be on a test. Because I want to be really honest with you, we tend to do that. Those of us who are rational, we tend to take a test or force people who are willing to help to take a test. And what I mean by that is you can have somebody in your world that wants to make the world better. But if they do not get 100% on the test, they are not permitted to move forward. Where hate and anger, they just barely show up for class and they're permitted to move forward. Here, we are constantly working together. We are going to constantly be able to be in a situation where we can get closer to what it is that we deserve. But we have to do it together. We have to find experts. Hello, thank you so much. There's enough space for everyone. Who are you telling? We are living in an abundant space. And for those of you that are living in the United States, I want to be real clear with you. We got 11-year-olds with $1,100 cell phones. We are living in an abundant space. We get to choose what we do with the space. That's all I'm asking. Who wants to hang out with me? Who wants to find solutions? Who wants to connect with people who actually know what they're talking about? Who wants to celebrate people who have dedicated their lives to a specific topic? Let me be real honest with you. You can Google how to fix a transmission, but I'm taking my car to the mechanic. Period. I'm not trying to fight with you about it when you don't know what you're talking about. And you're not going to encourage me in this beautiful world that we live in this flawed space that we are in, but the beautiful appreciation and gratitude I have for its flawed space, you are not going to convince me to be mad at strangers. You're going to waste the time that I have, the 47th year of my life, being mad at people I don't even know and disrupting my peace. Here, we're going to find peace. My kids ask me for every birthday, every holiday, Mommy, what do you want? Peace. Give me peace. They had the nerve to buy me a wooden sign that said peace on it. I need you to give me peace and time. I can't. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Sheldon Barlett Rumer. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. This Is It Network is a global digital streaming platform connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. You can download us on iOS and Android. You can watch us on Apple TV and Roku, as well as Fire TV and more. Please get in touch with us. Follow us on all digital platforms at This Is It TV and log on to This Is It TV for more information. I'm broadcasting live on every platform that will hold a Wi-Fi, thanks to our friends here at Innovative Catering Concepts in the Forum Event Center in Blackwood, New Jersey. Hanging out with Taquan Allen, our production manager, who's making sure that everything's plugged in and the Wi-Fi makes some sense and you can hear me throughout the world. We are no geographic limitations to the madness that we've got going on. We're currently broadcasting live on TikTok. Hello, my TikTok friends. On Instagram. Hello, my darlings. And then on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So please, if you are tuning in, let me know where you are tuning in from. Where can we find you? Where can we follow, fan, and like you? Because we might be coming to a city near you. 2026 allows for us to travel quite a bit. We are heading to Denver and San Francisco and Austin, Texas. And where else should we be going? I definitely want to plan a trip over the pond, over to the UK, to be able to meet some of you wonderful folks here. Hello, hello. Hi, Heather. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Oh, from Pittsburgh. Yes, my people, not too far. We are in southern New Jersey, so not too far. A little hop and skip and a jump on a little plane and we can get ourselves there. Hello, everyone. Coming in from Boston. Good to see you. Walter, good to see you. I'm so excited about the opportunities that we have in front of us. I'm so excited about the things in which we are doing, but I want to give you guys a little bit of perspective. We are looking for experts. So if you are an expert in what it is that you do, if you are obsessed with what it is that you bring to the table to the point in which you could be of use to the people that are out here in the World Wide Web, that's one of our key pillars. People ask, what are you up to? What are you doing? I am being useful. That is what I'm doing. I love to talk, obviously, But I don't want to talk for the sake of talking. I want to talk in order to be of use. And that's typically a benchmark that I utilize as it relates to the posts that I put out into the world, especially on TikTok or any other platform. Is this useful? Am I saying what other people are saying? Am I saying things to be destructive? Am I saying things to be hurtful? Or is what I'm saying useful? And that's the benchmark that I use, whether I'm talking about the devastating flood that's happening in Texas, or I'm talking about whether or not, my God, that darling was, welcomed into someone's home, right? With her salad. I mean, ain't that the craziest viral video in the world, right? Am I being useful? Am I contributing to the conversation in a useful way? Am I helping people gain a positive perspective on what is currently going on, or am I just adding to the noise? And so when somebody had asked me, you don't post as much, I don't have anything to say. I'm not talking for the sake of talking. I'm talking to be useful. And so when I turn on these computers, when I open these phones, when I open these iPads, when I open these devices, I question, is what I'm looking to say or contribute, is it useful? And if it's useful, I post. If it's not useful, I zip it. Right? What are you contributing to the world, and how are you contributing to it? And so I challenge all of us, in whatever it is that we're doing, how can we be useful? And the worst part about it is that there are so many experts that are out in the world that are being useful that don't have a platform, right? They got one friend, one hug, one like, and meanwhile they are contributing to a solution. A lot of us are on here talking about what's wrong, but we're not talking about how to fix it. We're not trying to connect ourselves with people who can fix it. And what I want to do is I want to find those fixers. I want to find the people who can fix the problem. I don't want to necessarily just be talking about the fact that there is a problem, which we all are aware of and we know. We can see the issues. We can see the problem. We can see the fire. But stop looking at the fire and pointing and grab a hose. Where are the solutions? Where are the solutions? And these aren't easy. These aren't easy things, but it requires work. It requires stamina. It requires discipline. And that's the hardest part. I'm not saying that it's unnecessary to just share your woes. Girl, complain. But I want you to give yourself time to find a solution, because it can't just be about yelling into the abyss without doing the research to be able to find the solution. I'm asking us to be treasure hunters of solutions. There is somebody who has dedicated their life to helping us out of this mess, but they are not on TikTok. There is somebody who has dedicated their life to ensuring that we can pay attention to the climate, but they are not on TikTok. There are people who are living their life to make sure people are fed and clothed. They are not on TikTok. I need you to tell me who those people are, because my goal is to provide them with a platform. We cannot just rely on those that are Googling in order to quench our thirst, in order for us to gain more information, in order for us to know what to do. We need to get the people out of the labs, out of the institutions, and give them a platform. And oftentimes, let me be honest, as somebody who's an extrovert, they're very introverted. But Taquan knows, I pull it out. I pull out the information that we need in order to live a better life. And we all know that this is not normal. We all know that talking to yourself with some hot lights is not a normal thing. It is not easy. As much as people are like, social media is free, just start an account. Anybody who has an account knows that this is not easy. So if This Is It Network can provide a gateway between the individuals who have the information and the individuals who need it, that is our service. That's us being useful. Our goal here at This Is It Network is to be useful. There is information that you all need to receive. There are people who are doing amazing things that you need to be introduced to. That's what we want. But I need your help. I need you to tell me who is useful. I need you to tell me the accounts that you watch or the things that you need that allow us to, what I call, stay ready. Today's theme is about staying ready. Today's show is about making sure that we are staying ready. And what I mean by that, it is harder to continuously get ready than to stay ready. If we stay ready, meaning that there's experts on our platform, that we're providing useful information, that we're giving resources, then we are here when you need us. If we are constantly in the state of getting ready, which a lot of you may be in various parts of your life, it makes it difficult to be useful. And so a lot of us and people who have been part of our This Is It Network family, Sheldon, how you doing? Which, first of all, is a very loaded question because sometimes I'm doing better than other times. But Sheldon, how you doing? What are you working on? How is it coming along? It has been a very difficult thing to build this, to build a global digital network that is similar to a Netflix, but is self-funded. I have built this solely on my own, help from wonderful friends and colleagues. Taquan Allen, poor thing, I've drug him all throughout this country, trying to tell stories about remarkable women doing wonderful things and inspiring stories about wonderful, skilled experts. We need more of that. But I need you to help me, right? To stay ready. Oftentimes we are doing our best to do our best. We are doing our best to do our best to provide, to be positive. And there's this whole notion of this toxic positivity, which I understand. This is just people trying to be positive, people just trying to say for the sake of saying. I get it. But I'm seeing positive as a muscle, right? As a tool. I'm not positive all the time because the world is perfect. I'm positive all the time because I want to contribute to the solution. I want to be part of the conversation. I want to actually do the work. A lot of people, and believe me, there's going to be a lot of you that want to be able just to watch. And that's okay. And that's fine. And I'm not asking you to march, contribute, donate. I'm not asking you to do any of those things. I'm asking for all of us to be part of a better conversation and not relying on a debate in order for us to get to where we need to be. So my goal for all of you is for us to all stay ready, right? And what do we need to do that? And I think we need, this is my opinion, and I think we need more, my darlings, experts. We need more people who know what they are talking about. Huh? Yes? Yes, we have enough people who are Googling as a hobby and as an exercise. What I need is people who have dedicated their life to a category of interest, to an industry. And when you hear me say that, some of you are like, she's talking about PhDs and master's degrees. No, I'm not. I'm talking about the esthetician who's been working for 20 years. I'm talking about the contractor who's been building homes with his pops since he was 15 and now owns a contracting business that can teach us how to lay the foundation of a home that supports generational wealth. That's what I need. I'm talking about a finance expert that can teach you how to make a dollar stretch. I'm talking like my mom. We make a dollar stretch. Am I the only one whose parent has ever said, I'll stretch this dollar? That was my mother. I make a dollar stretch. I'm like, okay. Right? But now I'm a mom who makes a dollar stretch, right? Talking about the wonderful experts that we see on the platform who are taking dollar store menus and turning them into Thanksgiving dinners. That's what we want. We need people who are useful. Can you introduce me to people who are useful? Are you a person who is useful? Because that's what I want to be able to share on this platform. I can literally run out in the world and be like, this house is on fire. And I can scream, it's on fire. It's on fire. Do you see it? It's on fire. But am I useful? Have I called for help? Have I gotten a hose? Did I try to get somebody out of the house? I think we need to start questioning our position within the position. Are we useful? Or are we just screaming into the wind? One of the things that I think about a lot, because I'm an adjunct professor, just so you guys can get to know me, I am the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. I produce digital content. I produce it constantly. We do this live Monday through Friday is our hope, as often as we possibly can, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're broadcasting live from TikTok, from Instagram, from LinkedIn, from YouTube, and from Facebook. So we're going live. We are also available on iOS and Android. You can download us through Apple TV or through Roku or through Amazon on all your platforms. And so what we're trying to do is to create an environment that supports educational entertainment. Are you useful? And so as an adjunct professor, when I teach personal branding. I teach you to take who you are to get what you want, simply said, right? And when I talk to my students, we talk about trying to find a job and trying to find opportunities and what does that look like. And then I come on to TikTok or Facebook or Instagram and I see people complaining about the job market. I watch their whole video. And again, you have every right to complain. The job market is not good. But I watch the whole entire video and I don't know what you do. I don't know the job you're looking for. I don't know what the job you're looking for, where you live. I know nothing. And when you do that, right, you have every right, and occasionally, please do. You can feel free to use these platforms to just complain if that's what you want. But think about it. The 2 minutes you used to complain, you could have said, I'm currently based in Detroit looking for a remote job within IT. That would have given me enough information to help you to get closer to what it is that you want. Are you being useful? Is your voice of use to you? Or are you just using this tool, right, to hammer away at something and not build something? You know, we talk about that all the time too. A tool can be used for good or a tool can be used for bad. You could use a hammer to break something down or use it to build something beautiful. And that's what I'm saying. All of this is a tool. TikTok, tool. Instagram, tool. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, tool. Again, with the waving. I don't know what's happening with the arms, right? It's a tool, right? And so the tool, how are you using these tools? Some of us are using it just to consume. Some of us are using it. This is entertainment. TikTok has become our television. We are fine with it. I'm not posting, I'm just watching. Okay, fair. But for those of you that are posting in need, right? Because I watch in need. I watch to be fueled. I watch to ensure that I can be better for what it is that I'm consuming. So This Is It Network is a global digital TV network that is trying, attempting, living to be useful. Our goal is to ensure that more people know more positive and inspirational things today than yesterday. We are not only focused on expertise that comes from a 4-year institution. I'm focusing on expertise that comes from experience. If you have been gardening for 20 years, teach me how to garden. If you have been cooking for 30 years, teach me how to cook. I would love to be able to explore those of you that, of course, have accreditations and degrees and PhDs. Please welcome, line up right here. But I'm also interested in learning from people who have experienced things and telling their story, allowing for their wisdom to guide others. Because there are a lot of people in this world that are feeling really lonely. They're feeling unseen and unheard. And your story can provide perspective and clarity. We are on a treasure hunt for experts. We are looking for individuals, my darling friends. We are looking for individuals that are dedicated to doing something and being useful in that something. We're looking for those individuals to highlight on the show, to host various shows, to be part of our community, to contribute to the content that we push out every single day. We are looking for experts because oftentimes experts are too busy working to be TikToking. They're too busy building to be on Instagram. They're too busy working in their communities to build a YouTube channel. So what we're going to do through the resources that we are committed to having, to the network that we are committed to building, we want to provide them with a stage. We want to provide them with an opportunity to tell their story and share their expertise because there is not enough. There isn't enough expertise that is living out there. There isn't enough scholars that are telling people about or teaching people about solutions. The loudest person, myself included, often has the biggest platform. But talk to me about those soft leaders. Talk to me about those individuals who have a story to tell, who have an expertise to share, something that we need, something that is useful. Point me in that right direction. I'm asking you, giving you a little homework. Help me, help me help you, right? Let's be useful. Let's be useful in the way in which we communicate. Let's be useful in the way in which we work together. Let's be useful in how we get through this. I can understand that you can recognize a problem. I know it's a problem. The whole world's on fire, truly. But I don't want to commiserate with you. I want to fix it. Maybe that's just a fixer of me. How many fixers do I have out there? How many people see a problem and want to fix it and feel really hopeless because everybody that are on these platforms are just complaining and we're not giving those that are working on the solution a platform? That's what I'm saying. How can we do that? Teach me. Tell me what scientist is working on this. Let them teach us, right? Everybody's concerned about this fad or that fad. Who can teach us best ways to dress, best ways to purchase art, best places to travel? Why can't we create that network, the network we all deserve? Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good gossip. I love a good reality TV. There's a place for all of the content in which we choose to consume. There's a place for all of it. But there also needs to be a soft place to land. There also needs to be a place where I can be curious, where I can know nothing, and at the end of a segment, know more. That's all I'm asking. Again, for those of you that are understanding or trying to understand where this all started, trying to understand where my inspiration for this comes from, I grew up watching traditional talk shows. And for those of you that know, you know. I watched Oprah and Sally Jessy Raphael, if you know, you know. I watched Ricki Lake and Montel, right? I watched, and of course, good old Oprah Winfrey. I loved, right? And it wasn't necessarily just because of the stardom of these people. It wasn't because of how flashy it was. It was because they were able to teach me something new every day. We were introduced to topics like foster care and adoption and human trafficking. And we were talking about dietary issues, trickled in with a little Tina Turner and a little Tom Cruise. That is what we were tuning in for on a regular basis. And we did so willingly. We literally turned on the TV and was like, what does she have on today? Out of curiosity, right? And that curiosity at this point has been replaced with everybody must know everything. Everybody must be an expert in everything and everybody must know the answers. I don't know a lot about a lot, but I'm willing to teach what I do know. And I'm willing to listen and sit with bated breath as I did turning on Sally and turning on Donahue. Remember Phil Donahue? Being like, what are you going to teach me today? The people that I love to follow on all of these platforms, the people that I love to follow on all of these scenarios, they're teaching me something different. They're bringing some new perspective. And so when I challenge myself about what I'm going to post, right, on TikTok and what am I going to post on Instagram, I challenge myself to say, am I being useful? Am I bringing the hose to the fire? Or am I just standing there claiming that it's burning? Are you useful? Are you being useful? And there's too many of us who are being useless, and I want us to be useful. Right, Taquan thought that was funny. It was, right? Just useless. Just out here just telling people shit's on fire. Excuse my language. Shit's on fire. Okay, duh. We know it's on fire. Are you contributing to the fire? Are you watching it burn? Or are you calling for help? Are we figuring out what we're going to do? Are we getting people out of the building? I'm okay if some of us have limits, believe me. Some of us are going to participate in this in various ways. Some of us are going to watch this and share this, and that's the labor done. You've clocked in, thank you for your service. Some of you will want to be hosts on the show. Some of you will want to write for our blog. Some of you will want to host your own show on This Is It Network. That's your version of getting the hose. That's your version of getting people out the house. That's your version of putting out the fire. That's what I'm asking you to do. Because it is burning, but I don't need one more person to tell me it's on fire. I need somebody to tell me how to put it out. I need somebody who's willing to work with me so we no longer burn. Does that make sense to everyone? Everybody who's watching, does that make sense? I'm sick of burning. I'm sick of looking at this space destruct and what we have built run away from us. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. And sick and tired of being sick and tired ain't the answer. And it's taken a little bit longer than I'd want. And because I am disciplined in how I speak and what it is that I bring to the table, I am just as angry as the majority of people who are angry on this app. But I know that my responsibility lies in my discipline of my voice. I know that every single time I talk, I want to be useful. I want to have a plan. I want to be able to gather and nurture and help. And this is how we are going to do it. We built This Is It Network for you. And now you need to tell me not only what are the experts that can help, but what do you need? What is on fire for you? Is it financial education, right? Do you need to know how to make, as my mom says, a dollar stretch? Because a lot of the times we can't control what's happening within the economy, at least not yet. But how do we live within it? Are there experts that can teach me how to live better in the circumstances in which I am in? Do not tell me how bad my circumstances are. That is not useful. Tell me how to live within the circumstances in which I am in. That is useful. Tell me how to get out of the circumstances in which I'm in. That is useful. Tell me who I need to call to help me survive. That is useful. Do not tell me I am not going to survive. There is somebody on this platform that constantly says that the generation now has it worse off than the generation before. Okay. Provides no solutions, just tells me how bad it sucks. That is not useful. That is not useful. Right? Your dog's sick. Are you going to help me get the dog get better? You going to drive me to the vet? You going to help me pay for it? Right? You can't just keep coming into spaces telling people that stuff's on fire. Are you willing to help put out the fire? And I'm not even saying you got to put out the fire by yourself. I'm saying, are you willing to call for help even? And this also goes out to a lot of, I'm going to be real honest with you, a lot of our strong friends that say, I'm fine when the house is on fire. Your house is on fire, girl. Your house is on fire. Stop saying you're fine and go find the resources. But we want to make it easy for you to find those resources. Because I know for my ambitious friends, I know for my strong friends, it's hard for you to admit that you are on fire. It is hard for you to admit that everything around you is burning. In a lot of cases, it's easier to retreat to complaining than it is to figuring out how to put out the fire you are literally sitting in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give you no choice. We're going to provide you with options. We're going to allow for you to be like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, how interesting. Oh, how can I work with that person? How can they help me? Now I know a little better. Because again, our audience is in a space where we are ambassadors of information. We will share what works. We will share what's good. And that's what we want to be able to provide for all of you. But I'm asking you for a little bit of homework. I'm asking you to let me know who knows. Who knows how to build? Who knows how to fix? Who knows how to solve? Who knows how to bring solutions to a hard situation? I appreciate all of you that are complaining, that are singing and dancing in the space, that are just saying what is wrong. That's fine. You have pointed out an issue. But what I want to provide you is individuals who are willing, able, and wanting to solve the problem. I appreciate you bringing the problem to my attention. Now it is my job to go find individuals who are willing to solve the problem. Because there are too many people telling me the house is on fire and not enough people bringing buckets of water. Do you understand? And so what I'm asking you to do is, who has the bucket? Who has those? Let me know. And then I want to build trust around those individuals so they can help us live better. Right? So they can help us live better. I want us to be in a situation in which we are feeling good, not because we have everything that we need, not because we have everything that we deserve, but because we are moving forward. That we are reaching out to individuals that can help us, that we know that there are people that can help us. You may not be able to have the resources in the moment. You may not be able to have all of the opportunity, but you aren't sitting still. You are not allowing yourself to just burn. You are finding someone with a hose and a bucket, and you are saying, oh my goodness, I know more today than yesterday. That is what This Is It Network is. It is an opportunity to bring experts to those who need them. It's an opportunity for us to elevate the voices of remarkable women. It's an opportunity for us to be able to gather through content and community. This Is It Network is a global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do it each and every day through our global community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. If you are coming in, logging in, please let me know in the comments below where you're logging in from. I'd love to be able to understand better where people are coming from, what their reach is. I know that we are on all sorts of platforms in the moment. Hello on Instagram. Hello everyone on TikTok. Good to see you. Hello on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. It is my duty to be able to provide some perspective, some positive reinforcement to what is going on in this world. I do not have all the answers, period. I don't. But what I need is the experts that are working on the solutions. And I need to let them work on the solutions. Let me be really honest with that too. We need to let experts, those that are dedicated, work on the solutions. We need to let experts work on the solutions. Oftentimes, because you're an expert, you have to be absolute. You don't have the answers? You don't have all the answers? I need to go talk to people who can go find the answers. We need to have trust in people who know more than we do. We need to know that there are people who are proficient in specific areas in which I have no knowledge. I am not a physician. I don't know how to manage or survey the weather. I rely on experts to tell me, and we must lift these experts up so they are trusted sources. Okay? People who have dedicated their lives to things that I know nothing about. You need a keynote speaker? I got you. You need somebody to produce some content? You know who to call. You need somebody to throw a party? A little balloon arch? I got you. Right? But if you need me to talk about the weather, mind your business. It's not my business. I don't know when anything's gonna flood. I don't know when the tornadoes come in, and I can't predict the rain. But there is somebody who has dedicated their life to that. Give them space and room. Right? You know what you want your hair to look like, but you can't cut it yourself. Give the stylist space and room. Find people that you can trust. You know what you want your house to look like, but you can't build the foundation. Trust in a contractor that's been working for 30 years. Google doesn't make you an expert. Looking things up doesn't automatically make you proficient. Let's bring back expertise. And let's bring back platforms that want to be able to share expertise. And oftentimes those experts do not have 1 million followers on any platform. And what is happening is that the majority of podcasts require you to have X amount of an exposure and before they sit on the couch. And that is crazy. I don't want my physician on TikTok full time. I would like for you to be here so I know that you exist, but I would like for you to be honing your craft. And when we really elevate those who are honing their craft, we get better content. We get accurate information. We get stories worth listening to and information worth jotting down and sharing with friends and family. And so I'm asking you, begging you actually, who are the experts that you follow? Who are the people? The Philippines, good to see you, love. Who are the people that you follow? Who are the people that are making the most sense? Hello, Lizzie, how you doing? Who are the people that are making the most sense? Who are the people that you are following and fanning and liking? Who are the people that provide you with inspiration, that give you laughter and knowledge, where you can learn and also equally be part of a joyous conversation? Who are those people? And how can we elevate those people? Right? How can we elevate those people? How can we ensure that the people with the most followings aren't the only ones in the room? And believe me, those of us that have built followings, please, we're very excited. We just got over 110,000 followers on TikTok, over 13,000 on Instagram. We're building, I think, 6,000 plus on Facebook. So we're building. So, you know, I want us to be able to connect you with those that are useful. I can't keep, useful. I might just have a t-shirt. I am useful. I just want to be useful. We do have merch. thisisItTV.com/shop now if you're interested. But we just want to be useful. And so that's what This Is It Network is. It is a collective of programs. We have 26 programs that will launch between now and the end of the year. I host 2 of the programs. This one, Sheldon Live, which is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 11 a.m. Eastern. We go live on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as we're on our platform. You can download us on our iOS or Android. You can check us out for sure as it relates to, and download us through Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV, and more. So we are a digital streaming platform for women. We connect remarkable women to inspiring stories. And we do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections we provide. If you are one of those individuals who are launching something, building something, and you're looking for community, you're looking for somebody to teach you about personal branding, to connect you with resources, if you are looking to be an expert but want to be able to find your voice and what we call scream your dream, which is our motto, Hashtag scream your dream everywhere in what it is that we do. There's ways for you to get involved, not only downloading the app, but you can become a member of our Scream Your Dream community. We meet every 2 weeks to be able to provide you with more information and inspiration. I teach you how to be able to build your brands and communicate those brands not only on our platforms, but on yours. More information on becoming a member can equally be found within the post, as well as within our link tree, depending on where you're coming in from. So please, if you are in need of help, if you need more resources, or if you need for me to be able to sit with you, talk to you about what we got going on, I'd be more than happy to do that. We have a 30-day personal branding challenge that we've got going on that you can kind of log on to thisisittv.com/scream your dream to be able to check that out. Build your personal brand in 30 days. That's available to you. We have some fun additional things. We're hosting a women's conference here in Southern New Jersey. We're based in Southern New Jersey. Thanks to our friends at Innovative Catering Concepts and the Forum Event Center here in Blackwood, New Jersey. We're actually going to be hosting our women's conference here at the studio location at the Forum Event Center here in Blackwood, New Jersey on September 19th. So if you'd like to join us or need more information about the conference, you can find that within the link within the post, as well as within our link tree. So we'll be hosting that event on September 19th. That'll be from 9 to 5, and then an after party from 7 to 9 p.m. I know, just partying it up. Our goal is to be able to inspire and connect and create a networking opportunity that elevates the voices of those remarkable women. So please, please, please let me know. We're gearing up to a really amazing program where I would love for all of you to really take part, all of you to really dive into learning a little bit more, utilizing your voice, and screaming your dream. More information on This Is It TV can be found at thisisittv.com. You can follow us everywhere at This Is It TV. We, again, are a global digital streaming platform connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. So if you'd like to work with us, collaborate with us, contribute content, or just attend one of our upcoming events, please let us know. If you are in the Philadelphia area, we will be in the Philadelphia area on July 22nd. We'll be hosting an event with Hologic. Hologic is helping women all across the world and making sure that their reproductive health is taken care of. I didn't know if you knew this, but it is national. Taquan, did you know this? It is National Fibroid Awareness Month. And for so many women, fibroids is a huge issue. So we will be bringing more attention to this cause, as well as celebrating with all of our dear friends in the Philadelphia market on July 22nd. So we'll be heading over to Lulu, which is in University City, and having a little cocktail party. What better way to talk about fibroids than with a little bit of a cocktail? If you'd like to join us, you can find that information again in our link tree or within the link within the post. We have a lot of really exciting events coming up. Follow us on all of our platforms and you'll have a better invitation into what's going on. All are welcome. The more, the merrier, whether it be our women's conference that's happening on September 19th, or in 2 weeks, we'll be getting together in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in celebration of National Fibroid Awareness Month at Lulu in University City from 6:30 to 8:30. A little nibble, a little nosh, to be able to talk about some things that are going on with reproductive health, thanks to our friends at Hologic. Hologic is amazing. The group is amazing. We were spoiled enough, again, drugged to Quan up to New York, spoiled enough to host an event with Hologic, with Venus Williams, which was amazing. She just was on Good Morning America talking about all of the fibroid issues that she has had. Dr. Sharazian, who I was on her live just last week, talking about, again, the effect that fibroids and women's health is having on all of us, and having more opportunities to talk about it, not just once a month or when you celebrate a month, but every day. This Is It Network is committed to women's health, is committed to being able to really share what women can do as they age. Taquan, you knew me when? You knew me when? You knew me when I was young, Taquan. Things are a little bit different. I'm not old. I'm just older, for anybody who cares. And when you get older, there's a lot of things that change. And so when you are going through the change, when the things are happening, when you're too hot for reasons that you don't understand, when you're growing a beard. I'm just kidding. No, am I though? How close am I? Anyway, all of the things, when gravity is no longer your friend, all of those things are beginning to happen. And so often in women's health, we're not having those conversations. We're not talking about, and we're normalizing, as they say, what the changes that are happening to women. And so we want to be able to do that. We want to be able to have those real conversations. So we're hosting an event. We hosted an amazing event in Manhattan with Venus Williams and again, Hologic and Dr. Shirazian from NYU. And it was just a wonderful event. So we're doing a Philadelphia event on July 22nd, and that's at Lulu in University City. So again, like I said to you, regardless of whether you're coming in from, we are planes, trains, and automobiles. So we'd love to be able to focus on or visit you. If you have an upcoming event that you'd like for us to share, let us know in the comments below or send me a direct message. We're always looking for opportunities to share remarkable things, to share inspirational things, to share useful things. So let us know in the comments below or contact us everywhere for us to be able to figure it out. So again, everyone, I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumer. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do so each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. You can log on to thisisittv.com for more information. You can watch us on your desktop or laptop at thisisit.tv. You can download us on iOS and Android. Check us out on Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. There is no place that we are not. We are currently coming to you live on all platforms. You can see us on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and Facebook, and our friends over here on Instagram. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're doing our best to stay ready. To stay ready. And so today's theme is that. I think that a lot of us start and stop. A lot of us start and stop in so many things in which we are doing, but I'm hoping that we have the ability to stay ready. My goal is for all of you, it is easier for you to stay ready than to get ready. We are constantly sitting back on our heels and having to get ready. We are in a position in time right now, my darling friends, where it's really important for us to stay ready. It's really important for us to become a village. There's this viral piece that's going on that I know a lot of us are talking about, and actually we got a lot of traction on a recent post. There was a story of this mother who took this salad. I know a lot of you, especially on TikTok, are familiar with this story, who took this salad to a neighbor's house, right? She was invited by a friend to go to visit this neighbor's house, and the neighbor saw her there. They did not know her, and they told her to leave. That's crazy, right? And she wasn't welcomed. And not only did they tell her to leave, they were pretty nasty about her having to leave. And it just struck me in such a way because I'm not built like that. Literally, the post that is currently going viral on TikTok is me just being like, I don't know that. I'm not the one. I can't imagine it. And just like my home, This Is It Network is the same. I can't imagine you coming here and me not welcoming you. I couldn't imagine you coming to my home, to my live, and me not recognizing you, not being useful, not saying please and thank you, not being willing to incorporate you into what it is that we have going on, not being willing to say, oh my gosh, what do you need? How can I support you? There's not enough platforms that are supporting us. There's a lot telling us things, and a lot of the things in which they're telling us, we already know, right? Somebody was like, the world's a mess. Okay. Now what? The world's a mess. It is. I hear no lies, right? But what are we going to solve it? My job is to be useful. My job is to ensure that we have more information about how we can make this world better. That's it. Listen, there are people that want to tell me that the house is on fire. There are people that will run into the street and be like, it's burning, it's burning. Meanwhile, the same effort could be used to grab a hose and a bucket. We are that hose and we are that bucket. How can I be useful? The post that I made about the mother that went to the house was me attempting to be useful, to provide perspective, for us to recognize who it is that we are, for us to comfortably say, who do we want to be? Do you want to be the person that kicks somebody out of the house? Or are you by nature the person who asks somebody what they want to drink? I want us to begin to look at ourselves in a different way. How are we behaving? Are we the kind of people who watch chaos? Are we the kind of people down in who it is that we are that are contributing to a better community and village? We have the choice. We have been comfortable. No one's fault. I'm not blaming anyone. Receiving content. Because we were safe at home, right? Safe at home, safe at home. So our job was for us to be like, just show me what I need to see, please. What is on my For You page? But what I want to be able to do in this moment is to provide us destination content. What do I need? I need solutions. I don't want it necessarily just be something that is like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to take whatever I can get. I'm going to go and say, who is going to be useful? Cheldon helps me. Cheldon wants me to have a soft place to land. Cheldon wants to find the answers, even though she doesn't have all of them. I want to be surrounded by more people who are looking for answers and not just looking to complain. I'm not saying that complaining is not permitted. We all need to complain. We all need to recognize that the house is on fire. But once I recognize that the house is on fire, now what? Now what? Am I calling for reinforcements? Am I jotting down resources? Am I helping people clean it up? Have I got the hose and the bucket? And This Is It Network is that. This Is It Network not only wants to provide the hose and the bucket, but wants to connect you to experts. So for those of you that are turning in for the first time, that is my request. Do you know people who know? Do you know of accounts that you can trust? People who are not just screaming that the house is on fire, but they are holding a bucket, that are calling for help. They're not just staring and pointing, but they're saying, what can we do? That is what we need in this moment. Please, I know that the house is burning, right? It's getting real hot in here. But how are we going to find resources to be able to ensure that we live another day, that we live comfortably, that the house doesn't turn into ash? What are we going to do? And what I need for us to do is to actively take hold, actively participate in what we are going to do and to connect with all of each other. It isn't easy. It's a heavy lift. It's a hard thing, right? It takes effort, but I believe that we have the stamina. I believe that we want to do good. I believe that when we let people into our house and we offer them something to drink, it makes us feel good. I know it does. And there's plenty of people trying to convince you that you don't need community, and plenty of people trying to convince you that you don't need experts, and plenty of people trying to convince you that you are better by yourself, and you know that isn't true. You know that isn't true. You know what it feels like to be surrounded by people. Don't let people who are surrounded by people convince you that you should be alone. That is insane. Don't let people who are educated convince you that you don't need an education. That's madness. Don't let people who have a ton of money make you convinced that you should be broke. That's insane. Yes, you don't have as much as you want. What are we going to do? Yes, the place is burning. Who has the bucket? Yes, we don't have the resources. What are we going to do? And it goes back to the individuals. Again, you come on, you complain. Fair enough. You don't have a job. Things are tough. Things are hard. I get it. I get it. Coming in from Mexico. Hello, love. Oh, so good to see you. I know times are hard. I want to acknowledge times are hard. The house is burning. Okay. Now where's the hose? Where's the bucket? Where can we find resource? Who can help us? Because just stating that it is burning is not going to put out the fire. Just stating that we don't have the resource. The economy sucks. Everything sucks. Okay, now what? And I have no problems with you complaining if you are actively seeking solution. But if you are complaining to complain, I don't want to commiserate with you. Somebody asked me the other day, do you want to debate? No, I want to work. I want to figure out how we are going to solve these problems. I don't want to sit in a room where you convince me that these problems don't exist. I want to find an answer. And I'm not even saying that the experts that we'll have on the show, the experts that we'll have within the community will provide you with all of the answers. But what I'm looking for is people who will work alongside me to make this world better. That doesn't mean that they are absolute. That just means that they simply are trying. And we are not giving due to individuals who are willing to do the work. This Is It Network wants to. Find me the person, because oftentimes the expert isn't on TikTok. Oftentimes the expert isn't on Instagram. Oftentimes we cannot find the person in the lab that has the answers. Oftentimes the most skilled contractor hasn't started a YouTube channel. Find me the experts. And what we're doing and what I'm asking you to do is for it to be a community effort. Because just like that story of that mother that went to the house that got rejected by the family, the ultimate reaction by the collective of the community was like, absolutely not. But if you were to think and look at what's going on in the United States, you would think that everybody hates everyone. You think that everybody doesn't want to have community. I was blessed by my comment section. If you haven't followed us on TikTok, please do, and check out that last 2 posts ago about this scenario that happened, right? Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much about this scenario that happened in that moment, and about her going to the house and being rejected to stay. And the gut reaction, even people that ultimately are saying we only need ourselves and we only need ourselves, the gut reaction of the majority of people who are in a space where they're maybe thinking about other people or not thinking about other people, forgive me, their reaction to that story was like, I would let them sit. I would bring them in the house. I would give them a place to sit. Of course, I'd give you potato salad. Of course you'd come, especially if you brought a salad, girl, you and your kids. The reaction is intoxicatingly beautiful because our default is to give to ourselves and to each other. The default is the village. We are being convinced that it is not. And in the active pursuit of the village, there is no perfection. There is none. There is no perfection. You're not going to get it right every single time. You're not going to get it right in every single way. But those that are trying to fix it, those that are actively in the pursuit of joy and union and village, I welcome you. Who are the experts that can help us get there? I appreciate you want to recognize that the world is on fire, but I know that it feels good. I know that it feels good when we're passing each other the bucket. I know that it feels good when we're wrapping people in blankets and helping them out of the burning house. I know it feels good. You are not going to convince me that you being alone or you being the same as everyone else is what you want. You are not going to convince me of it. You're not. You're not going to convince me. Nobody wants the world in which these folks are fighting for. You don't even want it. You don't want it. There's no joy in that. There's no dancing in that. It might be rain, but there's nothing better than dancing in the rain, right? There's nothing better than looking at a circumstance and being able to help people. I know that that's true. And innately, we feel joy when others feel joy. When we cause joy in others, we feel joy. We have been convinced, people have been encouraging us to believe that we are better when we are by ourselves and all the same. That is not true. You know what it feels like to feed people. Let me know in the comments below. People coming to your house, they're dancing, they're eating. You know what that feels like. That can be us every day. Feeding people. And each of us can do it in our unique way. Look at it as a potluck meal. Me, I bring the keynote speeches, a little bit of enthusiasm, and the ability to throw a party. You bring the fact that you are a podiatrist, right? Everybody brings something different to the party. What do you bring into the potluck? You know how to build homes. Thanks for coming. You know how to do nails. Amazing. You're an esthetician. Beat the face. All of us bring a different dish to the party. What is the dish in which you bring to the party? The more the merrier. The more varied, the better. Not everybody needs to bring mac and cheese. We got 6 plates in the corner. What is the uniqueness in which you bring to the table? That's the party that we still talk about. Did you eat her poppers? Oh, did you try their chicken? That's what we want this world to be. Do not let people convince you when they are abundant that you need less. Do not let people convince you when they are educated that you need to know less. It's insane. Here we want to be able to share more with you so you can feel comfortable knowing more, that you can bring more to your communities and to the conversations. I'm not interested in debating anyone. I'm interested in having conversations that are useful, conversations that connect us. Conversations that allow for people to know that even though I might have fallen short, my intentions were good. Even though I may not have communicated it clearly, I want to sit with you. I don't know what I don't know. I've never been exposed to what it is that is currently in the space. The interesting thing, again, to repeat about traditional talk shows, again, I grew up on Donahue and Sally Jesse Raphael and Oprah Winfrey. I grew up on these shows, and every day was a different education. My mother would record them on VHS tapes, and then after practice, we'd watch them, right? We watched the shows. And every day it was something different. Every day was teaching us about human trafficking, adoption, eating disorders. It was just random. And then you'd find Tom Cruise jumping on a couch or Tina Turner singing her legendary songs. Every day we went to the couch. Every day we sat down willing to learn, curious, knowing that we didn't know about the topic before, but after the 28 minutes, after the 48 minutes, we knew more. People want to extinguish that curiosity. They want to remove the idea of learning more. And what happened when we learned more? We shared more. We did better. There was a time period in which was the 90s, right? And to age myself, don't judge me. The 90s, you'd go, you had women in the middle of the country going to their dinner table using big words, and their partners would say, "You're watching too much Oprah." And now, dare I say, we say that's woke. It's just knowing more than you did yesterday. Do not let people convince you that knowing more than you do today is a negative thing. Do not let them convince you of that. But out of pure curiosity, it just makes your life full. Just like going to that woman's house and bringing a plate and sitting down in community, your life is full. Your life is full. How dare you deny yourself of a good life? Thank you so much, love. Deny yourself of more. What does less taste like? What does less sound like? What does less feel like? I know what more sounds like. I know what more feels like. Look at your life as if you are throwing a party. And I'm inspired by that recent story. I am, because I think that, and the hope that's in my comments, these are people that don't agree on things fundamentally, supposedly, right? They don't agree on the system. We're voting in all different directions. But in that comment section, there was a universal trend. There was a universal theme of, if I have it, you can have it. Come eat with me, sit with me. You are welcome in my home. You go to the comments, or you go to the profiles of it was everything across the board. Every size, color, age of person. The universal thread was, if you are in my house, I will let you feel at home. That is our default. We are being convinced that it's not, but it is. It's our default. The majority of people on this platform or otherwise were outraged by people would have people in their house and not feed them. Have people in their house and not give them something to drink. That is our default, is kindness, goodness, and the ability to share as a village. That is our default. There's hope within that. Do I understand that people are scared? Yes. Do I understand that people have less now than ever? Yes. But I am coming to the fire with a bucket. I want to find solutions, because I want nothing more than to sit at your table. I want nothing more than to eat with you, to dance with you. And this party doesn't have to be universal, dare I say, and use the word party, right? Because say you're going to a party, right? Taquan, you come to a party with me. Say you're going to, Taquan's my production manager. For those that you don't know, he's hanging in there with me. Say you're going to a party. Are you going to like every song the DJ plays? No, you're not. Are you going to like every damn thing or casserole on the buffet? No. That doesn't mean you're going to get up and leave. That doesn't mean that the party's over. You just don't dance to that song. That doesn't mean it was a bad party. That doesn't mean you hate everybody. That just means that this particular song ain't for you and you ain't touching that dish. I feel that. Sometimes potlucks are dangerous, right? So for me, what I'm asking us to do, you know what I'm talking about? She had good intention, but the casserole is a problem, right? We know, right? We know. Girl, you here just to eat. We do not need all your contributions. Bring the forks, the knives, and the plates. She's on forks and knives and plates, right? And that's the space, but that's what this world is. That's what I believe this country is. I don't gotta dance to every song. I don't gotta understand it. I gotta eat everything off the buffet. But when I walk in that room, I can lock my eyes with someone and know that I am safe. That's all. That's all. You don't even have to know me to feed me, to clothe me, to make sure that I am not thirsty. We are having people who have a lot convince us we need less. We are having people that are extremely comfortable telling us that we need to be uncomfortable. And I'm saying that that is not the case. I am saying that we are more alike than we are not, even if we, dare I say, have voted in the wrong direction or in an alternate direction. We don't have time for this anymore. I don't have time to listen to us talk about that the world is on fire. I need to find a hose. I need to find a bucket. I need to find a way in order to solve this problem. The train has left the station. Any other analogy I need to throw out there, whatever it is. But what we often are doing in this point, because we do not have solutions, because the experts are in the lab, because the experts are not on TikTok, because those that are working in order to tell us that it is about to flood don't have access to the masses. What This Is It Network is looking to do is to find the experts, is to find those with the bucket to put out the fire. We have enough people telling us that the world is on fire. We have enough people telling us that we should hate each other. We have enough people not educating us in this space. I want to bring back traditional talk shows where the topic of the day was introduced and there was an expert at the end of the episode that provided you with resources. So let me explain to you my obsession with digital talk shows, or just talk shows in general. Talk shows had a format and have a format, right? There's a welcome. Hello, this is the topic. And there's a mic and there's a whole scenario. And here are our guests. So-and-so is coming in from Detroit. And they were just recently part of the adoption process. La, 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 right? Commercial break. Then a doctor comes in to this scenario, a psychologist, a physician, some type of expert comes and meets the individuals from the first segment on the stage, right? The doctor most likely is selling some type of book. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. If you know, you know. Again, if you're my age, you understand that gentleman was on tour for 20 years with one book. Anyway, so basically comes onto the stage, right? And the doctor or the physician or the expert provides some sense of expertise and clarity. Commercial break. Then the very first comment section exists. Ideally, think about it as if you watched Phil Donahue, if you're my age, if you watched even Oprah in the earlier stages of her show. She's now up and down the stairs. She's up and down the stairs of the audience. That was the very first comment section where they were asking the question that everybody was thinking at home, whether that was planted or whether or not Johnny from Des Moines really wanted to know after that commercial break if that was his actual question. But it gave us some insight as to what the issue was. There was a problem, there was somebody with a solution, there was a question from the audience. We are bringing that back. What is the problem? The world is on fire. What is the solution, right? Who's going to put it out? What do you think? How can we together hold buckets hand over hand to be able to pull it together? That is what we need. I don't need anyone else telling me that there's a fire. I don't need anyone telling me what you have different from me and how that affects me. I am not wasting my 47th life fighting with people I don't know. You are not going to convince me that strangers are my enemy. What we are going to do is get to work. The world is on fire. Find me a bucket. Find me the expert that's going to help me. Find me somebody that's going to solve it. Because there are people today that may not have TikTok accounts, may not have Instagram accounts, may not have Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube channels that are working to fix the problems of the world. Our job at This Is It Network is to provide them with a platform. Our job is to provide them with the resources in order to tell their story, to provide insight, because that's what it was. That's what television was. It was an opportunity for people to sit down and learn more. You went to the channel to learn more. You were like, oh, what are we talking about today? I didn't know anything about that. Ooh, I didn't know about anorexia. Is that how it works? Oh, the doctor, let me explain more. Is that what my cousin has? The curiosity did not kill the cat, right? Curiosity was what drove us. Curiosity was what allowed us to meet more people, to talk to more people, to accept more people, and to invite more people into our world. Once we know who we are talking to, the way in which we talk to them is different. Once you are exposed to different people, it is hard to put it back in the bottle. Once I have met somebody and I have humanized a person, it is very hard to hate them. It is very hard to deem them as the cause of your independent problems. What we have the opportunity to do is to return to the village mentality. And primarily because of that recent post that I just did on that amazing mother, let's just say, that came to that space with the salad and was rejected, I know that humanity lives. My post has over 1 million views, over 100,000 likes of people saying the same thing. Hers, I think, has multiple million views of people being like, I would have invited you into my house. So I know that we exist. I know that that's the space we want to be. I know that love and acceptance is our default. I know it is. But equally, we are being convinced that we are better separated than together. And I think it's a lie. And I'm here to prove them wrong. Not by just stating that they're wrong, but by showing them that they're wrong. Because it feels better. It feels better at the buffet. It feels better at the potluck, even though all the meals aren't good. I'm going to say it again. It feels better at the potluck. It feels better when the DJ plays different songs. It feels better. So how are you going to be part of that? How are you going to ensure that more people know more today than yesterday? How can you be actively part of a conversation that is a solution? How can you be useful? Because that's one of the main words that we use here at This Is It Network, is it useful? People will say to me, Sheldon, you don't post that much on TikTok. I only post what I am willing to be useful, when what it is that I am saying is of service. If I just talk to talk, believe me, and I've tried, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to post this thing and do this thing. It doesn't work for me, because I respect not only all of you that follow, fan, and like us, I love you, but I also respect and understand the power of my voice. If I say something, is it useful? Is it going to help somebody live better, know more, be better? Or am I just going to scream outside of a burning house that the world is on fire? Because that's what's happening, right? We're outside, the world's on fire, and we're just yelling, it's on fire. It's insane. Girl, you gonna get a hose? Girl, you gonna go get a bucket? Or are you just gonna scream that the world's on fire? Now, not everyone is gonna put out the fire. Not everyone, right? But I'm willing. I'm disciplined enough. I'm excited to. I'm nosy enough. I'm curious enough. I want to. I have the resources to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. That doesn't mean that I don't need rest after each burning flame. That doesn't mean that I don't need resources. That doesn't mean that I don't need somebody to ask me how I'm doing from time to time. But it does mean that I have signed up to put out the fire. I have signed up to find the resources. I have signed up to sit with an expert that teaches me about arson. I am signed up for it. And that's all I'm asking us to actively think about moving forward. Are you screaming that the world is on fire, or are you assisting in finding a bucket, in finding a hose? Are you going to find help, or are you just watching it burn? And all of us can do it in a number of different ways. All of us can participate in a number of different ways. All of us can be part of this new phase of what it is that we are doing in a number of different ways. This is unique. This is new. But struggle is constant, right? And so what are we going to do? What are we going to do as a collective? What are we going to do as a village? Are we going to invite this person that walked into our house something to drink? Are we going to give them a place to sit? Or are we constantly going to tell them that they don't belong? Are we constantly going to say that there's no room here for them? Or I did not invite you? Are we going to make sure that they are fed and welcomed? I'm not even trying to be deep about it. I'm just trying to be fundamental in what brings us joy. What fundamentally brings us joy? And giving brings us joy. I don't know about you, but giving brings us joy. I know that to be true. I know you would rather give than not. I know you would rather give than not. To override the default. Oh, that's so good. Hi, my friend. Nicole, I think that, and Taquan's heard me say this before. Hi, Taquan. Taquan's my production manager here at This Is It Network. He's behind the scenes making sure that I'm lit up. Yeah, so many of us are being convinced to override the default. But I have to be really honest, and why this is so important to me, the space that we are in, is because one of the quotes, I love the movie American President years ago, and Michael J. Fox is in that movie, and he has a line that says, "In the absence of water in the desert, people drink sand." In the absence of water in the desert, people drink sand. And when the only person talking is the person that is blaming, then that becomes the default. What is needed, without apology, is platforms like This Is It Network to be another source of water. If the only person that's talking is telling you that your life and the struggles of your life, that other people are to blame for that, then that will become the default. The interesting thing about love and acceptance is we assume it's a given. Hate works. Hate's on repeat. Hate recruits. Hate invites you to a meeting and gives you a uniform. Hate has a logo, right? Hate has merch. Love does not. Love should be an assumption. I love, you love, we bleed, we bleed. But let me be real honest with you. If all it took was empathy, we would be in a different situation. If all it took was just recognizing humanity, we would be in a different situation. But love equally needs a campaign. Love needs repeat. Love needs consistency. Love needs a meeting. Love needs recruitment. Hate, division has a campaign unmatched. Unmatched. It has a logo. It has a color scheme. It has a brand standard. Love is loose. You should just love. That should be the default. You should just love everyone. Hate has a campaign. Hate has a consistency to it. Hate has a meeting once a week. Hate has recruitment and rewards. Hate has please and thank you. It has a welcoming spirit. Love, we assume we're all built with it. So therefore we don't take care of it. It's like the good kid. Love is like the good kid. And those of you who are the good kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The kid that gets the good grades. The kid that always does what it's supposed to do. Oftentimes gets the least amount of attention. Love, acceptance, and equality is a good kid. And oftentimes we take the good kid for granted. They're always going to show up. They're always going to do what they need to do. The grades are always there. Their rooms are always clean. Love, acceptance, and equality is the good kid. Ooh. I'm going to do a little TikTok on that later. But it's a good kid. And because it's a good kid, we don't pay attention to it. We don't go to the meetings with the principal. We don't make sure that they're taken care of. We don't have to cut up their food. We don't have to do any of those things because love is the good kid. Equality is the good kid. It should just be a given, but we need to nurture the good kid. We need to pay attention to the good kid. We need to make sure that the good kid makes sure that they have as much nourishment as the bad kid, as much attention as the bad kid. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Let me know if you can see and hear what I'm saying. If this analogy resonates with you, right? Please, because love and equality is the good kid. It's the one that you know will show up on time. It's the default. Oftentimes, good parents pay more attention to the bad kids. And that's where we are. Where good parents are paying attention to the bad kid because the bad kid's acting up. And so that's where our attention goes. That's where our focus is. We're planning vacations around the bad kid. We're making choices around the bad kid. The good kid's sitting there doing what it's supposed to be doing the whole entire time. And we have no energy to offer the good kid. And I'm saying that the good kid's going on vacation. I'm taking the good kid on a trip. I'm buying the good kid a treat. I'm showing up for the good kid. We are praising the good kid. We are all bought a whole row of tickets for the commencement speech of the good kid. That's what This Is It Network is. It's the celebration of the good kid. It's the paying attention to things that are taken advantage of or taken for granted. Because that's what this is. Love, equality, we have taken it for granted. We don't nurture it because it's an assumption. It is something that just comes. It is something that we should just automatically, inherently know. And because we don't pay attention to it, because we don't water it, because we don't nurture it, it is easily dismissed. And what happens is the bad kid is nurtured. The bad kid is taken care of. The bad kid is paid attention to. The bad kid has meetings, resources, programs dedicated to them getting better. While all we needed to do was nurture the good kid. All we needed to do was pay attention to what was already right. We took advantage and took for granted the work and the effort that it takes to be a good kid. We need some energy and an effort on focusing on the good kid. We need to be able to focus on that. And This Is It Network wants to do that. Give me your good kids. Give me those A students. Give me the good kid that not necessarily just academically, but works really well with their hands. Stop Googling how to change your transmission. Let me introduce you to a mechanic. Let me introduce you to somebody who can style your hair, stop doing your hair in your sink. Let me elevate the people who have dedicated their lives to being good kids. And let that be the rule and not the exception. Show how easy life can be when we do good. How wonderful life can be when we just let people in to eat. As opposed to shutting the door on who it is that they are or telling them that they're not welcome. That takes effort. That takes time. What doesn't take time is paying a lot of attention to the good kid. And so I want you to think about it. I want you to think about how you're contributing to where it is. Are we standing, looking, telling the world that it's on fire? Are we finding the bucket and thanking those that came with the hose? Are we saying thank you so much for what it is that you bring to the table? Thank you so much for helping us along the way. Thank you so much for all that you do. And for what I don't understand, am I leaning in and being like, ooh, tell me more? Or am I being like, I don't understand it. I just don't get it. There's this whole nature also in, being so isolated that we're celebrating less, that we're not recognizing and celebrating each other and the differences that come with it. And I always laugh and I talk to Taquan because I'm a very selfish person, meaning I like to party and I like to celebrate things and I love my calendar to be full. So I need you to invite me to the bar and bat mitzvah. I need you to invite me to the quinceañera. Please let me know when Seven Fishes takes place. Let me know when the baptism is. I want more. And there's this huge conversation about decreasing holidays from the calendar. Excuse me? I don't want less reasons to celebrate. I want to celebrate Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, and July 4th. I want more reasons to celebrate. Not because all of those things come with perfection definitions, but because there are reasons to recognize how far we have come. I think that there's a beautiful thing about understanding our differences and recognizing them and celebrating them. Because anyone who is not Hispanic, who has ever gone to a quinceañera, it's a good time. I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa. Any of my friends, right, from my Irish Catholic University who came to my wedding, understand the money dance and the ashobis. And they're changed because of it. They're changed because they experienced it. And once you experience it, you can't look at a stranger the same way once you have met them and they've become a friend. Right? And it's easy to hate things in which you do not understand, in which you do not experience. And my goal is to introduce you to things in which you have not known before, to the point where you go to the dinner table and be like, this is what I learned today. Because it's a muscle. The traditional talk shows that I talked about before, they evoked a muscle in us, similar to working out. How many of you work out on purpose? I don't know, right? So you work out on purpose. You go to the gym. And talk shows were Monday through Friday, right? Same time as what we're trying to do here, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they were every single day. And that was like going to the gym. For me, it was like watching the Oprah Winfrey Show at 4 p.m. Eastern, right? And so we went every single day and we watched it every single day. And watching it every single day, we were working out the muscles in our mind. And we were curious as an exercise. And what happened when that educational entertainment went away, we forgot how to learn. We forgot how to be curious. And so when we take away celebrations or events or things off the calendar, we will forget how to celebrate. We will forget how to walk around and begin to taste things differently. We will forget attending events. We will forget how to enjoy differences. So please, you ain't taking anything away from my calendar. You're not getting rid of any holidays. If anything, I want to add more. You want to celebrate Chocolate Chip Cookie Day? Knock yourself out. We need more reasons to celebrate. If we take away the celebrations, that gives us easier ways for us to not accept one another. But if we see the best of each other, right? And our celebrations is often when you see the best of each other. Even if you have hardships, if you go to a kinsey, even if you have hardships, family can't stand each other, you go to a bar, bat mitzvah, you go to a space, they are celebrating. And when people begin to take away our celebrations, it's easier for us to dislike each other. I won't have it. I won't have it. We will be celebrating. We will be dancing in the rain. Bring your potluck and your casserole. I see you. Bring the casserole. And that doesn't mean during those particular events you need to dance to every song. But how many of you have been to an event where you weren't necessarily part of the culture, but you were like, oh, this is fun. This is a good time. You learn in dances you never learned before. You sing in songs you've never heard before. You laughing with grown people, mum-mums, titis, right? You grab all of these people, aunties. It's a different experience. And for whatever reason, those that may want to in this moment understand the power if that gets taken away. I won't have it. Let's dance in the rain. Let's invite people in. That is your default. Again, nothing screamed it as much as the recent post that I made that's over 1 million views about, would you invite somebody into your house? Was it wrong for that family to reject her with her salad and her child in the house? And the majority, regardless of whatever lines we are all on in the moment, the majority of people said absolutely not. I was not raised to reject people. I was not raised to push people out into the rain. I was not raised to say you are not welcome in my home. I would feed you. We need to remember our default because that is who we are as people. And we need to be reminded of it. But the good kid often gets left aside. Our kindness has not been nurtured. Our kindness has not been rewarded. Our kindness has been shamed. I will not have it. This Is It Network is going to celebrate the giving. It's going to celebrate you recognizing that there is a fire and you bringing a bucket and a hose. It's you being willing to give to other people. You being willing to sit with people which you don't know and offer them what you do have. That is our default. That is who we are, genuinely. And I did go into the comments and then go into the profiles. It's every single person. It's red and blue hearts. It's people from all different walks of life in all walks of the world saying the same thing. You come to my house, I take care of you. That is a message we have to reinforce. I don't need to talk about what is going wrong in order to be able to find a solution. I don't need to talk about what, my darling friend, is on fire in order to be able to ask you to help me put out the fire. That's what we're doing. This Is It Network is a global digital streaming platform that connects remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. I have launched this platform, blood, sweat, and tears. It is independently owned and operated by myself, But I have an amazing team of people who show up for me every day. Taquan Allen on the other side of the camera and the lights, and helps me go live every single morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can catch me on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Oh my God, I'm on everything. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And you can catch me over here on Instagram. I believe that this is the answer. I believe in showing more of how we do well and giving you resources to do better. Not just showing you, oh my gosh, look how much I love people. Isn't it lovely that I love people? I'm going to give you resources so you can help people. I'm going to find you experts so you can learn how to help people. I'm going to invite you to opportunities and events so you can learn how to get involved. It is easy to feel as if there are no answers when no one is providing you solutions. But what we are going to do, we're not always going to be right. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're not always going to be right, but we're always going to be working. We're not always going to be right, but we're always going to be working. And that's what we need. This world is not an absolute. Not any of us are 100% in any particular direction. But what we need to do is be moving forward. And there's only one way to do it, is together. There's only one way for us to get to where it is we need to be. We do this through creating content and creating events, and we do it from good old Southern New Jersey. So some of you might know exactly where we are. We're based here thanks to our friends at Innovative Catering Concepts. We broadcast live from the Forum Event Center in Blackwood, New Jersey. That's in Southern New Jersey, in the state of New Jersey, on the East Coast in the US of A. We love being united in these states. We love connecting with each other in a way that is productive. We put out content that is useful. You can look at something and say, the house is on fire. But I will not stand and point at the fire with you. I will go and try to find a hose. That is what this is. I will recognize that there is a fire. I will recognize that times are tough, but I'm going to try to make it easier for you. What are the resources? Who should we be connecting with? Who should we be talking to? What are the people and places and resources that are available to make your life easier? And we all know what it's like. We know what it's like to sit with people that are like, my life sucks. Okay, fair, and probably true. I'm not going to say your life don't suck, but I'm going to do everything that I can to make it suck less. That's all. Is the content that I'm putting out into the world is it useful? Or does it contribute to the pain that you are in? Does it constantly remind you that you are in pain? Or does it alleviate the pain for a moment? When I post and people are like, you don't post often enough, you're not posting enough. I post when I have something to say, and I post and speak when I am of use. And this recent post that I did about this woman who attended this barbecue and was unwelcomed. Please check the comments. Check the variation of the people and the diversity of the people within the comments. Check the reaction, and your reactions with all of the differences in which you possess, the reaction is all the same. I would have invited them to sit down. I was raised to invite them to sit down. I want to make sure that more people sit down. I would never reject someone from my home. That is our default. When we see it, the gut reaction was like, oh, that ain't right. Oh, that didn't feel right. That was our default. We are taught, for whatever reason, that we are supposed to reject people, that we are supposed to let go of people. In order for me to eat, you can't eat. We are taught that, when that is not the truth. And I need to show it. And it is not me just talking about it, believe me. It's me showing you. Go to the comment section. Go to my follower list, number one. This Is It Network. We just surpassed 13,000 on Instagram, 110,000 plus on TikTok. Just go and look at the people who follow me. Every shape, every size, every color, every gender. It's a lot lighter to love. It's a lot lighter. It feels a lot better. It's heavy to hate. It hurts to hate. You got to think about it, because our default is love. Our default is like, I got it. Here, let's share it. That's our default. And we need to be reminded of it. And the analogy that I just fell in love with, that I just kind of came up with on the whim, is that love is treated like the good kid. Right? We know what it's like, especially in families that have bad kids. And that doesn't mean that they're bad people, but kids that misbehave, or kids that have, some things that need to be addressed. You know what it's like. They get the most attention. We focus on the bad kid. Hate is the bad kid. It's focusing on that bad kid. It's focusing on making sure that hate is reinforced and reinforced and reinforced. Meanwhile, the good kid with the great grades, the good kid that shows up on time, the good kid that does the project, the good kid that babysits, the good kid that washes the dishes is just an assumption. We don't focus on that good kid. We don't reward that good kid, because that good kid makes our lives easier. Love and equality is the good kid. And we often don't focus on that good kid. The good kid doesn't get a campaign. The good kid doesn't get a parade. The good kid doesn't get acknowledgement. The bad kid gets all the attention. And what I need to do is I need to shift it. We need to reward the good kid. We need to celebrate the good kid. We need to show that the good kid is our default. We need to show that we are better when we work together. That's what we need. And I don't blame people for focusing on the bad kid. I don't blame people for even moving in the direction of frustration, hate, and division. I don't even blame you, because in the absence of water in the desert, people drink sand. In the absence of sharing the good kid, you only see the bad. That's the truth. That's the truth. And with all the trials and tribulations of what we've got going on in the world, the good kid is the loudest. The good kid is the most distracting. The bad kid is the loudest. The bad kid is the most distracting. The good kid sits and reads the book. The good kid has the headphones on and doesn't cause any problems. And so as parents, we focus on the bad kid. And that's what we've done. We focused on the loudest and not on the constant. The constant in us, the default in us, is goodness. The default in us is, as much as we didn't believe it, the people, look at the comments. You can go to their pages and see angst and hate and anger and all of these things. You can go to their platforms and see it. But in those comments, the default was feed her. The default was give her a drink. The default was invite her and her kid in. The default was like, let's all watch the fireworks. That is our default. We are being convinced, because of the loud kid, because of the obnoxiousness, because the only person who is talking is the person who is sharing hate. We've been convinced that that is our default. That is not our default. Our default is the village. And here at This Is It Network, that's all we want to share. We want to share an option for you to learn from people who know better than you, for you to put it all down because you can comfortably say, I don't know the answer, but I'd love to talk to an expert in order to gain it. You can feel comfortable going to the doctor in order to be able to learn more about your health, as comfortable as you are going to the mechanic to learn more about your transmission. We're going to focus on the experts that are out there in the world in order to point us in the right direction. We're going to provide resources and answers and active pursuits of solutions, as opposed to debating each other about the fundamental rights of life. We're going to engage in more conversations than we do in arguments. We are going to love first and question later, and mind our business and allow for people to live their best life independent of how we choose to live ours. This Is It Network is a global digital streaming platform that connects remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do it each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. You can download us on iOS and Android. You can check us out on Apple TV, Roku, or Fire TV. You can follow, fan, and like us on every single platform at This Is It TV as we come live to you from everything. Hello, TikTok. Hello, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and our friends on Facebook, to get a little bit of inspiration and motivation every single day. Our goal is to be useful as we share content and events that support educational entertainment. The combination that allows remarkable people to use their voice to scream their dream. This Is It Network was created for you. And I ask you, with a little bit of homework, to let me know in the comments below. Send me a direct message. Follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV, to be able to tap into as many experts as we possibly can, so we can focus on doing better We can focus on celebrating our default as we celebrate everyone. We're all given a limited amount of time to do what we got to do. But if we stay ready in this action, as opposed to constantly trying to convince ourselves to get ready, if we stay ready, we can get ourselves closer to where it is that we need to be. We are blessed and grateful to broadcast live from the Innovative Catering Concepts, thanks to our friends at the Forum Event Center. We have a home now to be able to share this information, to be able to share what we've got going on, to be able to share with all of you better ways and solutions and better ways and resources to be able to live a better life. Our goal is to be useful. And my hope for all of you is that you find value in what we bring to the table. As we build this out, we will have more guests that join us. We'll have more shows on the platform. Thank you so much. We'll have more shows on the platform. We'll be launching 26 new shows on This Is It Network by 2026. And then but in 2026, we'll have over 42 shows on the platform. So my goal for all of you is to let us know what we should be talking about. Let us know who we should be talking to. If you know of any experts that need to be guests on our programs, let us know. If you know of anyone who would like to have their own show here on This Is It Network, or would like to contribute any blog posts or social media content, please let me know that as well. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We know that it is hard to stay positive. We know that it is hard to not point and look at the burning house and just claim that it is on fire. It is more difficult to find a bucket to help in putting it out. I know that that's more difficult. But what we want to do is make it easier for you to find that hose, make it easier for you to be useful, make it easier for you to get closer to the life that we all deserve. I know that that is hard. But it cannot be only the bad kid that's getting the attention. The good kid, the person that shows up on time, the person that's diligent, the person that does the work, the person that understands that love, equality, acceptance, and joy is the better option, needs attention. It needs a campaign. Joy needs a campaign. Love needs a campaign. Equality needs a campaign. It's just not an assumption like the good kid doing their homework, the good kid showing up on time, the good kid behaving themselves in class. The good kid also needs attention. And that's what we're going to do here at This Is It Network. We're going to pay attention to the good kid. We're going to make sure that it's reinforced. Love, equality, and joy, diversity, and inclusion are no longer bad words. Here, the good kid gets to celebrate the things that make us happy. And based on that last post, I know, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of where you are in the world, our default is to give. Our default is to invite somebody into our home and feed them. Our default is to ensure that people that are in our circle are well taken care of. Do not let people convince you that that is not the case. Do not let people who have money convince you that you don't need it. Do not let people who are educated convince you you should not be full of knowledge. What we are going to do is we are going to provide an opportunity for us to celebrate who we are, for us to share what we've got going on. This Is It Network will be celebrating the good kid. We'll be making sure that you have connections to resources and information from experts. We'll be coming to you live each and every day from 9 a.m. to 11. We are a little spotty this week because I have a keynote speech tomorrow that I will be at, and then I will be back on Friday, and then all of next week. So we are going to be good to go, and I want you to be part of what is This Is It Network. So I dare you to log on to thisisItTV.com, follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV, and make sure that you download us on iOS or Android, as well as check us out on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV for more. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. Whether it be through entertainment or education, through content or community, we are showing up for you every single day. We are not just looking at the fire, we're figuring out ways to put out the flame. If you want to get in touch, if you are interested in being part of This Is It Network in any way, Don't forget to follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. And log on to thisisItTV.com for more information. I will see you guys on Friday for another episode of This Is It Network. Please don't forget to no longer whisper your wishes, but to use your voice and scream your dream. Take care. Bye-bye.